Good day. We are joined by Bernard Chadenga here, live from the ITWeb Security Summit here at the Central Convention Center. We are going to talk about the trends that are affecting the cybersecurity industry, especially here in South Africa. Bernard Chadenga calls himself a virtual CISO. Thank you so much, Bernard, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Maya, and hello to everybody out there.
Thank you so much. Just to start with, Bernard, what is a virtual CISO?
So a virtual CISO is actually more like CISO as a service. So think about it this way. There's a large number of different organizations, and one of the main challenges they're facing is they don't have the resources or the budget or the financial backing to be able to open up these larger offices, such as the CISOs, the anybody that has to do with data, has to do with governance, has to do with security. So a virtual CISO will come in and be able to assist you with your cybersecurity governance, looking deep into the business, implementing some strategies and plans that can work over a set period. Normally, it can happen over a budget cycle or over 3 years or over 5 years, depending on the size of the business and depending on what their operational plan is.
I understand, Ben, you'll be speaking tomorrow. Can you just give us maybe a preview of what you are going to be talking about for the people that are attending the event tomorrow?
Well, that's a great question. So tomorrow I am speaking about mobile security. So I want to share some insights around mobile security. Is it still even a thing? Are we still concerned about it? How much are we spending on it if we look at it from a budgetary perspective? And how much should we invest in terms of our cybersecurity controls? Now, at the back of all of this, we have to understand privacy has become an international um, thing that we're drilling into. Everybody's looking into this. Everybody wants to make sure that they're compliant to so many different laws. What's happening on our mobile devices? How much do you store in your phone?
Quite a lot, Ben. Yeah, I don't want to share all the details with you, but yeah.
So that's what
It's
I'm
quite a
talking
lot,
about
yeah.
tomorrow. I'm talking about what about your mobile device? What happens when it's stolen? What about the mobile devices at home? Think about it this way. You have children. Every single person in your house has their own device. All of them are connecting to the same network. Is that secure? So tomorrow I'm going to share some insights. I'm going to be looking into this. I'm going to drill down into it and try to see, even asking some questions around the room to see if it's a hazard. Is it a threat? Is it a vulnerability? Is it something that we're thinking about?
So is it about our personal devices or the devices that we use to do work?
So now here's how we've moved. We've moved from a phase where before we used to get devices from our office, and these devices would be hardwired, built only for work. But over time, our devices have gotten stronger and stronger, and it makes no sense for me to be carrying around 3 cell phones. So more people are letting their phones have more of the applications that they need to get the job done. So that means that your phone not only has your personal life on it, it also has your professional life on it. It has all that data, every single application that you're using in your workforce, in your teams, in your operations exists on the exact same phone that's also holding your WhatsApp, your Instagrams, and your family photo albums.
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, I'm sure I'll join your talk tomorrow. Yeah, it should be interesting. And on another note, Ben, I understand you have worked for big organizations here in South Africa as a chief information security officer. What are the biggest cybersecurity trends that you have noticed amongst the organizations here in South Africa?
Thanks for that question, Admire. What I've realized now is that I've taken a step back and started trying to reverse engineer. Where's the problem? And every single time I keep finding the exact same problem, and it has to do with cyber hygiene. Cyber hygiene is the most basic of concepts for cybersecurity. Something as simple as changing default passwords, something as simple as having a vulnerability plan. How are you going to manage your vulnerabilities? How are you going to manage your hardware, your software? How are you managing access? And as simple as it sounds, so many people are getting it wrong. And every single vulnerability, every single attack that's linked to the press, things that you are reporting on, have to do with simple things as admin passwords. People aren't changing default passwords. People aren't looking at the most basic of facts. We used to think that things such as the CIS top 20 is outdated.
Yes.
But the CIS Top 20 and all these other cybersecurity frameworks are just a basic fundamental of what you need to do in your business to get things right. You know, and that's what's not happening right now. A lot of people aren't getting the basics right, and so you're thinking fast, you're thinking buzzwords like AI and machine learning, but you're not getting the basics right. So that's where the problem is, and that's what I see as something that we need to fix in the future.
There's also like a challenge of education, cybersecurity education amongst the employees. Some studies have shown that companies are not actually educating their employees about the cyber hygiene that we have just mentioned. In your experience as a chief information security officer, have you seen this improving or still a problem that they're having?
So it's actually a two-factor problem. So first things first, we don't have a very stable cybersecurity knowledge basis. So as a country, it's one of the articles that you released is ITWeb was about the security culture in terms of, are we teaching cybersecurity at universities? Are we teaching cybersecurity? Is there a course that's available? Just now they're speaking around these free courses and the training. So that's one problem. Are we teaching enough people? Are we training enough people to be able to to be able to become the cybersecurity specialist for these companies? And then the second side is everybody else. So
Yes.
I'm working in marketing, I'm working in finance. What do I need to really know about cybersecurity? Does my current company cybersecurity team have an operational plan to educate me on cybersecurity? I mean, you can look around this great hall. There's a large number of companies that are providing security awareness sort of tool sets, and that's because of the fact that people need to upskill. I mean, like what we said about the mobile devices has to do with your everyday life. Cybersecurity is no longer about your professional life. Cybersecurity is about your real life. It's about your personal life. You never go around with your PIN code for your bank card stuck on your forehead or in your pocket. Likewise, you need to protect your password for your laptop and for your devices. We need to get to a certain level where we understand that cybersecurity education is as basic as our ABCs now, because it's embedded in our lives.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. Been always good to talk to you.